Hi everybody, it's Marissa. I'm Kissa. I'm Kissa Creations on Instagram. It's my birthday, and I figured that I would come back into the world of Flosstube, starting with my birthday and doing a WIP parade, and then do a WIP parade every year on my birthday, and kind of this was how my year went and what I got done and what I started and all that stuff. If you are new to my channel, I haven't been here for a while, which is why I'm doing this way. This is a channel about cross stitch. If you are not new to my channel, welcome back, and hi, it's so good to see you again. I have been away for a long time. I didn't even look at what the date was on my last video. I'm not going to do any of my finishes. I do want to do an update video as far as that goes, but for right now I just want to start fresh with these are my WIPs. This is what I've got going on. This is where I'm at. This is what I'm doing. So this is where I'm at. This is what I'm doing. We'll start from the beginning. I have a big giant bag that has all the things. So we go back to the beginning. My very first WIP, which is now my oldest WIP, is The Witching Hour. It's a Hade by Lisa Parker. There's all your goodies. And started stitching this as like I think it was like my third project that I decided to start, because you know everyone needs a Hade. So it is 2/1 on 25 count Lugana. It's really stiff, it's really thick, it's really hard to get the needle and the floss through with the 2 strands of thread, but now I'm at the point where I'm not going back. So I have this done on the top 2 pages, but then I also decided, now I've counted this 1,000 bajillion gajillion times. It could still be wrong and I could cry later, but I also went all the way down to the bottom of the page and started that square, which is what I've been working on most recently. So it's gridded with sulky, shiny stuff, not all the way. And the reason I moved down to the bottom is because my stitches, I stitch top right to bottom left and then top left to bottom right. So when I stitch, I usually stitch from the bottom up because I don't have to worry about changing my like the way I stitch in case I need to go like right underneath where a row finished. This way I can go straight up the side if I need to, and all that good stuff. So I didn't say the date. I'm like, it's my birthday, it doesn't matter what the date is. It's Thursday, March 5th, 2020, and this is my WIP parade as my WIP stand as of my birthday. The next fabric, or the next project, is from Halloween 2014, just cross stitch. It is Halloween black work. I have 2 projects going from this magazine. 3 here. Go. And it is being stitched on Mosale orange fabric, and that's really all I have done. I haven't brought this one out in a long time. I haven't worked on it in a long time. It needs to come back out. I don't know when that's going to happen though, but eventually it will. Let's see. Next was a kit that I bought. So The Witching Hour, the Hade, was started March 8th, 2016. The Halloween black work was started April 2nd, 2016. This is my last 2016 project right here. It is Design Works Ocean ABCs. My kiddos are getting a ocean themed, tiki themed bathroom. And so this will go in there. They have already claimed it that they want it, which means I need to work on it more before they decide they don't want it anymore. But it's coming along pretty well. I love the crab. So cute. I'm not a huge fan of backstitch, but my favorite thing to do with this project is to color complete in each box and then take a picture of it. Number one, after each color is completed. Number two, like a final picture before I put the black work stitches in, and just to watch the transformation, because holy moly, that is the coolest thing in the world. I mean, maybe not the coolest thing in the world, but it's pretty awesome. And it makes me happy. So that lives in my Beach Please bag. This is from like the Target dollar section. Here. All right, this was started May 2nd, 2017. It's Ink Circles 99. I feel like most people have probably seen this before, although I think here's the cover page, and it does come with like a list of what all the bottles are supposed to be. It is being stitched on the called for ale fabric in the called for DMCs. And this is where I'm at. Oh, hopefully this one comes back out soon. These WIP parades, they just make you miss all your old projects, especially right when you're in the middle / beginning of March Madness, stitching on something new every day. I don't know how long that's gonna last after going through all of these, but we shall see. Okay. After that is another one from this Halloween mag, and it is Midnight Ride. This I started May 6th, 2017, and it's on fabric I dyed myself, and it is a really small start. And I love, 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 love this fabric. I used blue and purple and gray. It's really dark. It's very inky and appropriate for this stitch. Someday I'll have all my Halloween stuff actually done up. The next one is Bienvenue by Long Dog Samplers. It is a birth sampler, a Long Dog birth sampler. Oh, sorry, there we go. And I am stitching it. It's for my second child, who is now almost 3. So I really need to get a move on. I did work on this recently. I'm stitching it with the same color scheme as my oldest daughter's. She has the Bent Creek Baby Row, I think, as hers, and it's done and framed and on her wall. She's 4.5, so at least I got that one done on time. And I'm just kind of choosing colors where I want to put them. So far, pretty into it. So I finished this motif recently. So if you follow me on Instagram, you definitely saw those progress pictures. And this one will come back out again very soon, because May is her 3rd birthday, and I would really like to have it done by then. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be my big push in April to get this one done, so that I can have it framed for her and on the wall for her birthday. That would make me feel a little bit better about my cross stitch life. All right, next, Shores of Hawk Run Hollow, because, you know, you need a big project every now and then. I have lots of big projects. I started this in October of 2017 and I have not done a lot. I recently completed the lighthouse when I was at our little stitchy meetup that I go to once a month. And one of the other women in our group is stitching it as well. And so I figured I should work on mine too. It's on doubloon. Doubloon. Helen D's 2019 color of the year. And this one I don't know when it's going to come back out again. I might bring it to our retreat to Floss Yankee in March. I haven't decided yet, but I do need to get Bienvenue done, and so that is #1 priority. The next one is Patchwork Christmas 2. I started it on November 15th, 2017. It is from a pattern I found at the thrift store for 50 cents. I'm doing the square version. There's also a little rectangular version. It is by Willow Ridge Designs. And I'm stitching it on, I think this is lamb's wool linen. I did change some of the colors. It is actually like called for to be stitched on 10 count with 1 strand of #5 pearl cotton. Obviously that didn't happen. So I'm stitching it with DMC, and I switched the colors that were called for were 3685 for the red, which is cranberry, and 500 for the green. I switched them to 501, which is pretty close on the green, and 815 for the red. And then I'm stitching my white as in B5200 just to get that like pow that comes with B5200. So that is that one. That lives with all my other Christmas projects. Well, not all of them. Now I started a lot more. But this is from a bag from Jen from Delicious Threads. I love this bag. It's so cute. Okay, my lighting's changing. Sorry, folks. Middle of the day. Okay, getting through the pile. Sleeping Princess Mirabilia. This one. So not as popular as Sleeping Beauty, but I've seen her around a little bit more lately, which is kind of awesome. I love her. She is on, I want to say this is Hand Eye by Fabrics by Stephanie in Moana. Oh, got a lot of her dress done. Or her sheets. Her sheets. Not her dress. Her dress is green. Those are her sheets. She has really pretty sheets. And started working on the mattresses. So, was planning on working on her this month, but then my plans changed because of Abby. Because Abby said, start something new every day. And I said, sure, Abby, sure. I'll start something new every day. That sounds absolutely bonkers. Okay, where are we at? Sorry, I keep looking down. My list. My list. Okay. After that is my biggest project that exists. It's the Prairie Schooler alphabet all together. So all my other cards are put away, but here's the Y and Z card. So I have the brown stitch for Z is for Zinnia. So this is color completed with that color. And then I have it started for the ampersand block. And this is on Hand-Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie in Toasted Almond, 40 count. And this fabric is giant. And let's see. And I'm leaving 2 stitches in between the designs. It's going to be a little tricky when I get further along because some of the, not all the patterns in this are the same size. So we'll see how that goes, but it definitely will change things. Let's see. After that, and that I started, oh, Sleeping Princess was a New Year, New Start for 2018. So we got Patchwork Christmas 2 was the last of my 2017 WIPs. Sleeping Princess was my New Year, New Start for 2018. I started the Z for Zinnia from the Prairie School alphabet on the 17th of January in 2018. And then I started the ampersand. Oh, I don't think I listed it separately. I think at one point I had them listed. Oh, nope, I did. I started that on February 4th, 2019. So I've touched it once a year, so we'll see when I pick that up again for 2020. Next, I started Dreidel Dreidel. Oh, so this I also started on January 17th, 2018. This was when I was getting ready to do my first year of WIPs and I needed a couple more projects. And so I kind of had a bunch of starts in the beginning of the year just to make sure I got in there. I finished quite a few of them since then, but these are the ones that are lingering still. So this is Ink Circles Dreidel Dreidel. So this is what I have done. It is that, and I'm stitching it with Gentle Art Cornflower, so it's really nicely variegated. Actually working very well on black linen, so that I can have so that I can know if it works. And then I don't know if I'll sell that one. It seems like there's some copyright issues there, but I wanted to have that for me, so that's where that is. After that, another BAP. Barbara Anna's All Creatures Great and Small. Sorry, this one's Crinkle Crinkle. I don't have a cool project bag for it. Whoa, that's not gonna help. I think almost everybody's seen this one at this point, but there it is. And here's where I'm at. I got a half a pig, a barn, a lady holding water, some pretty flowers. It does go along really quickly when you're working on it. It's just a matter of getting it out and doing it. It is on 40 count. 40 count linen. I bought the fabric and the pattern at a stitching shop in Denver when we were on our cross-country drive from California to Maine. So that was like my little souvenir from Denver. I started that on 9/22/18. So I started that the day that we got to Maine after our trip. So that was the significant start date of that one. The next one I started was Snug as a Bug. It is a Clouds Factory pattern. I've actually never seen anybody else working on it. It's really cute. I don't know, where's the cover page? Trigger warning, bugs? Look away. Has a bunch of cool like insects, moths, butterflies, dragonfly, spiders, beetles. Pretty cool. And again, not a ton of progress, but something that I've brought out on occasion and will eventually stitch more on. But really pretty pattern. Really cute needle minder. Look who it is. I don't remember where I got that needle minder at this point. I feel like the needle minder madness like kind of died down, but now I don't have enough to put on all my projects, and so like I'm stealing from them, and I have one that like I keep on a little tin next to my stitching area. Next one is Patriotic Needle Queen. That I have as an electronic pattern, and I don't have it printed out. I've been working on it off my computer. It is by the Primitive Hair, and I'm working on the inside. And I think hers actually calls for DMC, but I am using so Gassed, Freedom, and then Classic Colorworks Garden Trellis and Manor Red. Oh, that's, whoops, what those, come on, there we go. That's what those look like on there. I absolutely love this. I really love needle books, and I haven't completed one yet. And I want one, and I want to have one, because I don't like, even like Trish from 3 Owl Threads, she, you know, sells the Bowen needles in bulk, which are my choice, but all my needles live in these, which are super cute, and how she packages them, and I love it. But I want them to live in a really cute needle book. So someday, and then that is in a, it is Kismet Stitches bag. So cute. After that is the Token, which by Long Dog. So there's a lot of the Token, or the Token of Love, or a Token of Love. I think Abby Fellow Stitch has stitched this one, which is why I ended up buying it, because it used to like hang on her, behind her. She used to have a bunch of her finished cross stitches just like clothespinned on a like a line, and I was like, oh, that one. So that's why I have this one, and I started it on my and my husband's dating anniversary, so 12/22/18, and I'm gonna do it though with our wedding date on it, obviously. It is being stitched on Picture This Plus Tyco 40 count with Silks for You floss that lives in my little mini Delicious Threads bag. But look, it's so pretty. So it's showing a little bit brighter than it is, but not too much. The color's pretty accurate, actually. Oh, that's a little blown out. Maybe back here a little more. But I love this. I recently worked on it. I finished up this motif and started those two and finished them, the little small ones. Let's see. Our 10-year anniversary is coming up next year, so it would be nice to have that done before that happens. So I have like a year and a half. It's doable. Just needs a lot of attention. And then I'm going to be in like Long Dog world because of Bienvenue also, and then doing that one on top of it. And trying to keep myself neat. Sorry, I already apologized for that. And apologizing for apologizing. I'm not apologizing, it's my birthday. Then I started, okay, so this is my New Year, New Start 2019. And I don't think I've touched it since then. It is Be Thankful by Country Cottage Needleworks. And it looks like this. And it's stitched on 40 count, like I think it's 40 count mocha. So not a lot done there. I'm a little bit worried about the floss situation because the green that I used is definitely variegated. And I don't know if I don't think I have the color that it calls for, and it's not in here. So that might be fun later, and also might end up being a pull that out and restart it, but we shall see. All right, page 2, folks. We're halfway there, pretty much. Pincushion Street by Heartstring Samplery is the next one that I started. I absolutely love this. I love colonial style houses. We bought a cape. That's okay. Someday I will live in a colonial style house. Here's the pattern. It says, come in the evening or come in the morning, come when you're looked for or come without warning. Friends always welcome on Pincushion Street. I haven't decided if I'm going to change the name or not, the name of the street or not. I do like the pincushion part. So this is the start that I have on that. Oh, just needed a little longer with the lighting. Come on, son. You can do it. It's beautiful in Maine today. Absolutely beautiful. It's it's like 50 degrees and people are like, it's gorgeous, let's wear shorts. It's a little bit windy, but other than that, it's beautiful out and lovely, and I would thinking about wearing shorts too. I'm wearing short sleeves. So that, with really not a jacket today. Things have changed since I moved from California. Next is the Tarot Needle Book by Wild Violet. So I have the middle guy done. He needs the ripper underneath him, and I'm pretty sure I have room to do both sides. And since it'll get sewn up into a needle book, it is okay that I'm gonna get close to the edges. This is on coffee tea dyed fabric that I found at the thrift store. And it's an even weave, and I think it's 28 count, so it's kind of a little bigger than I was thinking of doing it, but it's what I had, and I've been trying really hard to stitch from stash. So this I started on the 18th of February in 2019. After that, I did, let's see. So this is my little, bag of patterns that have sewing pincushion tomatoes on them, because I'm obsessed with pincushion tomatoes. So I have this pattern, which I haven't started yet. And I have this pattern, which I haven't started yet either. All right, so it told me that it stopped recording automatically. I don't know why it stopped recording automatically. I don't know what I did. I don't know why I didn't want to keep recording me, but hopefully I can put these two videos together and it won't be weird. So I think you got to hear me talking about how I have a bag full of patterns that have pincushions, tomato pincushions in them. And then I think a bunch of people this year released more pincushion tomato patterns. I might have to buy those, but we'll see. I'm being good right now. But this is Stitching Bird, and Stitching Bird, I bought this last year when I was at Frugal Yankee at the cross stitch shop that we went to. I don't even remember what it's called. Sorry. It's in Massachusetts, and this is where I am. And I randomly pick this one up sometimes. I've been stitching it in hand, so it's kind of a like quick go-to if I don't want to like load anything into a hoop or a Q-snap. And I switch back and forth between hoops and Q-snap depending on the project. So Stitching Bird, and then next I started for Heather the Imperfectly Perfect Stitcher for her birthday in 2019, so 7/2/2019. I started a peacock, a unicorn, and a badger. I love just the old tapestry look of it. I have so little started with a needle minder that Heather made on it. But that's what I have started. And my goodness, people, even other people's videos I've seen it into, like Jen Lee is stitching this also, and obviously Heather, and the floss, even it's DMC. I think it just calls for DMC. I don't even think it has a fancy floss. Does it? I don't. It has, oh, it has a silk, it has silk options, and then DMC cotton. The DMC is gorgeous. The colors are beautiful. I don't think that they show up well on anybody's anything. Instagram, Flosstubes, I don't think they show up true to like what they are. So that's one that when you get a chance to see it in person, definitely check it out because they're gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Okay, so the next one is Stars and Stripes Forever. I only have my working copy. I can't find my other patterns. I've been digging, but I think you get the drift on that one. And I'm gonna stitch Happy Christmas on here too, and then just cut it up, and hopefully I'll be able to display, I'll find something to display them on that I can like interchange in that way, because they're just about the same size. And I'm stitching that, it's just on a piece of linen that I had from I don't know what, and I don't even know what size it is, and I'm stitching it with actually quite a few color and cottons. I started this one for, It Is Kismet did a sale for 4th of July, Christmas in July. She did a Christmas in July, a Christmas in July sale, and even though this is obviously a July, I'm stitching it with a bunch of color and cotton Christmas colors, or colors from from Angela's Christmas box. So the colors that I'm using, this one's the called for cherry wine. There's 2 reds in it. Some people have been stitching it with just the 1 red, but I'm stitching it with colored and cottons Hollyberry, To All a Good Night, Ghost, which was not a Christmas one, but is a beautiful tinted white, and Christmas Gold. Oh, this one's actually pretty close to a finish. Oh, and here's my other hoop that's been hiding. Okay. So, we are getting there. We are getting there. After that, I started my Christmas list, which is Silver Creek samplers. I don't have tons done on it. This is, what fabric is this? It looks like doubloon, but it's not. It's definitely Picture This Plus. What are you? It might be Wren. I think it's Wren. But this is all the start I have. I don't know, I got distracted. There was a squirrel or something. That is started. I don't know when that's coming back out, but it exists. It will happen more. The next one, so this isn't mine. This is our cross stitch group that meets once a month is stitching Our Lasting Friendship. This one on the front, as sort of like a round robin, and we're all sticking our initials in here. There are 8 of us. So I have the one I have right now, which I haven't added mine to yet. I forget whose this is. Oh, it's Penny's. It's Penny's. Penny's is stitched in the called for colors on the called for linen. The called for linen is Legacy. Oh, this is what's done on hers so far, so I'll have to add mine. I think she's the only one of us that completed the outside border before she sent it around. All the rest of us did the inside border, like this big box right here that all the initials go in. And I stitched on mine, I stitched the tree under here because I just loved it and I wanted to make sure that I got to stitch it on mine. This is actually, after I do my new start tonight, this is going into the Q-snap because I need to get it worked on before Frugal Yankee, because that is where we are exchanging our pieces. And now that it's March, Frugal Yankee is coming. Frugal Yankee is a really small retreat that Lynette, Homesteading on the Home Front, put together in Massachusetts. And it's not really organized, like, it's not organized, not like, oh, Lynette, it's not organized, but it's not really like a organized, orchestrated retreat. It's like a, hey, we talked to the people at this hotel that Lynette knows, and they're going to let us take over their breakfast nook after breakfast is over, and then you guys can stitch there all day. And we all pay for our rooms, and we hang out and we stitch, and it's really fun. We do a smalls exchange, and we do a freebie table. We don't really do brag table stuff because there's not really space for it, and I think this year there's more of us, so I don't think there's going to be space for it, but it's going to be fun. And it's a really good time. It's a really mellow, relaxed hangout retreat. All the people that are there are fun and awesome. So our lasting friendship started on 9/1/19. That's not the start date for everybody in our group, obviously, but we all exchanged them for the first time at the same time. We must have exchanged them for the first time in our September meeting. And we've had a couple stuff, like I've had to meet somebody at work to drop off because I missed a meeting, and some of us have had to mail to people because they've missed a meeting, but overall it's been pretty successful and everybody's been getting theirs to them. And hopefully by September of next year I will have a finished piece that has all the initials from the ladies in my group and will have been stitched on by, well, the 8 of us that are doing it will have been stitched on by everybody. After that, I did the Caterpillar Cross Stitch Deck the Halls sale, which I don't know where that is in my bag of stuff. Oh, maybe it's in the Christmas bag. Is it in the Christmas bag of Christmas things? Yep, it's in the Christmas bag of Christmas things. So this is where I'm at with Deck the Halls. Pretty much the top half done. It'll come back out eventually. I started this one on 9/22/19. I think that's when the sale started. Got that one out. More Christmas. So much Christmas. I have a lot of Christmas happening right now. This is Yuletide Shanty by Plum Street Samplers. This is the only pattern that I have ever paused a Flosstube video for and immediately went and purchased. Like, immediately. And the person who showed it hadn't even stitched it. And Pam showed it in a video, and it was a gift. And it was an ornament, not the full drum that has this, like, gargantuan white whale on it that I will actually be stitching because I want a drum. But this is where I am with Yuletide Shanty. Let's see. Ooh. So getting there. Santa's there. There's some presents and some sales. So I feel like that's coming along nicely. This is also in a Diana It Is Kismet bag. I actually really like this one. Like, I like the This Way that Jen did, but I really, really like these bags for, I love this fabric. This is, I love this bag, Diana. It makes me really happy. But I really like This Way for these little guys because sometimes it seems like such a, they don't need to be in one of those big giant ones. Anyway, this is awesome. Diana, you're awesome. Yuletide Shanty is awesome. Thanks for showing it off in your video, Pam. Made me spend money. That was started on 10/28/19. And then this was my last start of 2019. This is Widow's Walk by Carriage House. I love, 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 love this pattern. Love, love. And I happen to have this really cool piece of red that came from, I don't know, somewhere. Came from a goodie bag that someone sent me of a bunch of fabrics, but oh, I have the little kitty. Is it a kitty and a dog or two kitties? I think it might be two kitties. They're done and they're in their grass, and I absolutely love the call for color for the house. No, it's hard to see, and it kind of looks white in the picture, but it's like this, it's sea foam, but it's like, I don't know, it's gonna look really pretty on that red, and it's not gonna look like white, so that makes me, I don't know. And that's the only fancy floss. The rest of it, I mean, she always charts, I feel like they always chart, and Carriage House always charts in needlepoint silk, but they always give the DMCs, and so, but even if you did it in needlepoint silk, it would still call for the Weeks Dye Works Seafoam. So yeah, stitching some, I think this one's coming with me to Frugal Yankee because one of the other women, Cheryl, is working on it. I think Pam's working on it too. I don't know if she's bringing hers, but last year there were like 3 of us working on Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And so I think this might end up being the Take Me Out to the Ball Game of Frugal Yankee this year. I don't know. What do you ladies think? Yeah? No? Yeah? Next. Oh, then I started my New Year, New Start this year. New Year, New Start this year? Yeah, New Year, New Start this year was Night Walk Down. This is Blue Flower's market release from last year. It says Night Walk Down the Sky with the Moon in her hand. And it's on like a light blue gray 40 count. It's actually pretty accurate color-wise. Let's see. Oh, nope. Now the color is not. It's a little bluer than that. It looks a little gray. But it's pretty. I changed her hair color. Her hair color calls for Cinders, but Cinders is actually, I have Cinders in here still because I bought it because it's gorgeous. It's a beautiful color of floss. It's oh, it's like this. Are you gonna? Oh no. It's like red, dark red, light red, really pretty, and would be amazing hair, but her hair and the cat are the same color. And I could have done the hair and the cat a different color, but I kind of like the idea of her hair and her cat being the same color. I have black cats. And so, or I had a black cat. And I will have a black cat again because black cats are the best, silkiest, most lovely cats ever. And I miss my black cat very much. After that, I started, and it's another model stitch. I don't know if I want to show it to you yet. I don't know. Let's see. Here. There's your hint. It's in the Q-Snap. It's on Color and Cotton's Tombstone, which was in the Halloween box. I don't know if that's actually a color in her color line, which I feel bad that I did a model stitch on it, but it's like so pretty on there, and I really like it. So Angela, if you're watching, which I'm not cool enough for that, but if I was, I really think that Tombstone is a great color. It's like gray with some like green, and it's just very inky and Halloweeny without being murky. And I like murky. Everyone loves murky, all hail murky, but that is a good alternative for like kind of a spooky fabric. It's not as dark and dingy, but still has a little dinge to it. Okay, and now into my March Madness starts. So I have 4 because I haven't started mine yet today because I wanted to come home and do this while light was still happening outside, which it is just for like one more moment probably. And I started July Sampler by the Prairie Schooler, so I'm working on the little squares, not this yet, which may or may not happen eventually, but I mostly bought it for those little squares and really mostly bought it for the lobster square, which this is the called for floss. It is DMC DMC 312. I really like it. It's really cute. This probably will come with me also, just because it feels very Yankee-y. All right, after that I started Ornament Madness. We're gonna do ornaments for the family this year. I think is gonna be our Christmas gifts. So if you're family and you're watching this, you're getting an ornament this year. So far, all the ones that I've started are from the newest Christmas ornaments book from Just Cross Stitch. So the first one that I did was Christmas Commute, which if I can find this quickly, I will show you on here. If not, I'm going to show you on the cover. There we go. Oh, it's this little guy down here. And this was my start. So I got a good little chunk of white done. It's obviously a daytime stitching project because it's on black linen. But I'm quite happy with it so far. And then, 2 days ago, I started, cover up her pattern, the Little Stitchers Christmas Robin. So that's what she looks like right now. And then yesterday, I just went over to the other page and used the same fabric, which is like a scrap piece of, kind of looks like lamb's wool, but it's not as like, the other piece of lamb's wool I have like can stand up by itself, and like you could fold it in half and crease it and like it would just be a thing. And then Christmas Bullfinch. And it's really neat. So like this ornament is 2/2 full crosses, and then the snowflakes are 1/2. So it just kind of gives them like a little bit more of a distant look without having to change colors. So I have no idea what I'm starting today. I have to go to an event for our girls' preschool first, and then obviously it's my birthday, so they're staying up tonight because Daddy doesn't come home till later, so they get to stay up until Daddy comes home and have cake with us, which they don't know about yet, so they'll be super excited. I am going to try to get this uploaded and into one video because my phone or my camera is my first time recording on my camera. Hopefully it recorded and it recorded all my sound and I don't have to do this again. But I will be back. I'm not obviously not promising when, but I would like to do a video with some of my more recent finishes and some of my plans. I am doing 24 hours of cross stitch, kind of. This month it kind of went out the window. Like I had a full book. Let's see. I had like a full, well, I had started like planning and then stopped when Abby started shouting about 24 hours of cross stitch. So like I changed my this part on the bottom that has like the new starts. I added 2 more rows of little check boxes. So these 4 are the 4 I've started already, and as you can see, I scribbled out my plans on what I was going to focus on and changed it to March Madness. I am planning to stitch every day. That's my big thing. I would like to finish Hawk Run Hollow Block 1. I would like to get started on Bienvenue, or finish up on Bienvenue. But yeah. Well, thank you for sticking around for this long. This is, like I said, I'm going to try to do a yearly video on my birthday to kind of be able to set where I've been, what I've done, and what I've accomplished, and where my WIP list is at. And so right now, the stats on all of that, I have 3 WIPs from 2016, 5 from 2017, 8 from 2018, and 12 from 2019 that were left over. And my current WIP count without today's start is at 34 WIPs. Not a lot of them are close to finishes. Quite a few of them are BAPs. If my super secret shopper can hook me up, I'm getting another BAP. Actually, I'm kind of getting 2 BAPs. I'm getting the new, hopefully the new blue flower, and the new heartstring samplery, because I need that, like I need a hole in my head. But thanks, and I hope you have a great day, and I hope you're having a great stitchy month, and here's to March. Bye.